Hello, Poppy. Hold on, Poppy. Got something for you. Yay, Poppy's in the house. Girl, what you up to? Sarah. Well, slow down, Sarah. Slow it down, girl. Don't be driving really quick, okay? We don't want you to get a ticket. Now, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this Whittaker stuff, but I'm going to get into a few other little things when I'm finished with this. I promise I will not keep you guys on here 3 hours today. That's not my intention anyway. But then I get good people in here and we start having good conversations. So there's a guy on Facebook, Mr. A. Hey, Mr. A. Here, just let me give you all an applause right now. You guys are fantabulous. Okay, so this guy is called Creepalachia, and he is a YouTube creator, okay? He put this out about the Whittakers around 3 hours ago, and this is the most sense that has been made of the nonsense. Everybody needs to know that there is an official, I'm sorry, I can't talk today, official investigation into said Eric Carroll and Patrick Rourke. Okay, those are the two whippersnappers that decided that they could make a buck, in my opinion, off of an Appalachia family who were very poor. I mean, that's the truth of it. And I just want to say this. Hey, Lady K, I was watching a little bit of you earlier. So I love that they're investigating this. My heart goes out to the Whittaker family, you guys. Just because people are poor doesn't mean they're not rich. It's just a different kind of rich. It's a, we don't need much, we don't ask for much, but we love a lot. Okay? In my opinion, Eric Carroll, especially, I'm not going to forget about Patrick here. And let me say this, you guys. This is my opinion, okay? I am a commentary channel. I do give my opinion a lot, all right? Probably too much. But I do believe that I want to feel like that the intentions were good coming in, yet I see Patrick's intentions a little bit differently than I do Eric's intentions, if that makes sense. So this is Creepalachia. You guys go check him out. He's one of Fly's favorite channels. He talks about all kinds of creepy Appalachia stories and different things like that. So she turned me on to him. So I am a fan, Creepalachia. I want you to know that. This makes so much sense. Here we go, guys. I'm going to try not to, break through and keep commentating on it. I do that only because with YouTube, and you have to, if you're going to commentate on something, you need to commentate on it. This is a little bit different. This is his Facebook. Thank you, Mr. A. Thank you. And yes, If you guys get a free membership from somebody, that means that you get to come and hang out at a famous Remain Calm roast. And you better believe this is going to be my best roast ever. Just letting you know that. Now, one thing before we get started, we want to send so much love to Wee Scottish Ma. We miss you, girl. I hope that you feel better soon. I love when you're Facebooking me, and I'm sorry that I hadn't got on my Facebook till today. I apologize for that. But we are with you in spirit. We love you. You're here. You are here, whether you're here or not, lady. You are stuck with us forever. Okay. I need more stickers. I've got some that I already started to make. So, Mr. A, you are so sweet. Mr. Can't Touch This Love. Mr. Can't Touch This Love. That's a good one. You are just a loving guy. I'll say that. Hey, Minnie Pearl. Now, you know, I'm not going to sit over here and I'm not going to call Eric Carroll a bunch of names, nor am I going to call Patrick Rourke a bunch of names. But then again, it is Remain Calm channel. I do say the F word a lot, okay? I want y'all to know that. I say the F word a lot. Ooh, Mr. A. You try and get some people in there for that roast, aren't you? It is going to be good, you guys. It is going to be my best one yet. I can promise you that. For real. We are going to cut loose. Okay, let's hear Creepalachia. Let's get this started, you guys. And thank you so much. You're a dangerous guy. You're a sniper from Morocco. Of course you're a dangerous guy. For real. We like your danger. You're not stranger danger. We know who you are. So you're not stranger danger. Okay, let's get this started, you guys.
To listen to this message. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. The biggest backyard brawl probably, ever occurred this weekend, and a couple days later, and I still have not fully recovered. But thank you for taking the time to listen to this important message. The state police has officially launched their investigation, and they have released a statement. All right, I'm pulling this from Loot Press. So shout out to the source, lootpress.com. Says West Virginia State.
Renee Marie. Who thinks she is? Who does who think? Oh, no, don't say who it is. I see you got the carrots up there. I'm not roasting Tiffany. Are you kidding me? I have no desire to roast that lady. For real. I ain't got time for her shit. Why? Was she talking about me like Ernie was talking about me? No, I don't care.
Police investigating fraudulent scheme linked to local Whittaker family. The Beckley Detachment of the West Virginia State Police is investigating a fraudulent scheme involving money and merchandise being sent to a Beckley family. According to an incident report, the scheme has been going on since June 20th, 2024, and that date's wrong. Correction there, it's 2025, but that's okay. And continued until September 15th, 2025. The money and goods were sent to the Whittaker family under the names Eric Carroll and Patrick Rourke. Troopers identified the suspects as John Patrick Rourke, 46, of Odd, West Virginia, and Lawrence Eric Carroll, 41, of Waverly Hall, Georgia. Investigators are requesting that anyone who has sent money or merchandise to Rourke, Carroll, or any other individuals connected with the Whittaker family contact the police and provide information about those transactions. anyone, any other individuals connected with the Whittaker family. That means, have you sent anything to anyone that's intended for the Whittaker family? Be sure to reach out. The case is being handled by Corporal J.W. Gilkison of the Beckley Attachment. Anyone with information is asked to call 304-256-6700. Again, this case is being handled by Corporal J.W. Gilkison of the Beckley Detachment. Anyone with information is asked to call 304-256-6700. Let's go, y'all.
Okay, so just stopping right there really quickly. I'm just curious. I'm not going to do a poll. I think about doing polls over here and then I end up not doing them because I'm lazy. Low budget channel, as I say, right? Hey, Teasy. Hey, Minnie Pearl. Hey, Jackie. Do you feel like Eric and Patrick did not do anything wrong at all? Anything wrong at all? Everything that they had done, it was all done out of love for the family. Now, I confused myself, and hopefully Flies can get her internet up, because she talks to me a lot about this stuff. We talk about the Whittakers a lot. We kind of always have every time we've, kind of heard something going on with them. And you think it's questionable? Thank you, Mr. A. See, the thing that gets me, hey, Mookie, the thing that kind of gets me is, and this is totally my opinion, you guys. You've seen Patrick. Patrick set up a GoFundMe. Now, this is what I want to show you guys real fast. And this is a channel called Fugitive Recovery Agent. And I just want to share this with you guys really quickly. This is when Patrick set up the GoFundMe and basically what he said to Larry and Betty.
All right. You.
All right. Well, listen. So this morning I started a GoFundMe for you guys.
All right.
And I know that Mark had a GoFundMe for you guys also. And I also know that with him having that GoFundMe, that money that people donated to you guys to try to help you out, I know that it was misused.
Yeah.
And it was misrepresented.
He's saying misused and misrepresented. I think a lot of people heard this and was like, he's talking about Mark. I don't know why he said it was misrepresented. Was it misused? Yeah, it was misused, but it was misused by the Whittakers because it was their money. And even though the money was supposed to be for a home, Mark knew it was the Whittaker money. And if they asked for money, he gave it. Well, then, hey, Stephen, then you had Eric come in saying, you don't get a dime unless I say you get a dime. And I got a question too. Were the Whittakers basically paying Eric to take them out and do things? Anything Eric spent out of his own pocket do you think that he was then taking it out of the Whittakers part? And Creepalachia explains everything. I'm getting ready to go back. Right, Lady K. Yeah, Mark did. Yeah, Mark. He gave it, and they did what they chose with it. Exactly.
I know that a lot of the money that were sent to you guys, some of the money was spent for dope from your daughter.
Yeah.
Buying dope.
Well,
People work hard every day for the money that they get, and they're not going to send money to their own kids for dope, let alone send it to strangers. So I mean, this is how this has got to go. So if you guys need you need clothes, it's for clothes, it's for toiletries, it's if you need a new washer and dryer, if you need a refrigerator, you need just need stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
All right.
yeah. Let me get back to Creepalachia here. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I gotta find myself. Okay, here we go.
Time to get the evidence we need to go with the evidence we already have. Now, again, if you've donated to Eric or Patrick on behalf of the Whittakers, there's going to be this investigation is going to take a little time. So we need those numbers. We need to figure out exactly what kind of fraud we're looking at, because it's big. And I'm just telling you, it's big. And not only that, this family has been taken advantage of for far too long in the media. And before you say it, why are you butting in? What you got to do with this? Well, I live here. So get over it. And they messed with the wrong hillbilly. I've been sitting on the background, letting, these stories be told about the Whittakers and just hoping the best for the family, trying to butt out of it, because there is a lot of this that Eric and Patrick have done that is unfortunately illegal, or unfortunately legal. So people come in, media's done this since the camera was invented. They come into Appalachia, they take their camera, they point it at the dirtiest homes, they point it at the dirtiest people, although they don't really know those people. They just know they're dirty. So they film them and they say, look at these poor individuals. They are so destitute. Whatever shall we do to remember the forgotten? They do all this because of several reasons. One, they're rationalizing the problems of the world sometimes onto Appalachia, saying, look at them Trump voters. Look at this. Look at that. This is the reason things are the way they are. It's them dumb hillbillies. Well, guess what? You're being fooled. The stories of Appalachia are so rich and full that you could possibly never learn them all in your lifetime. And that's what Creepalachia has been dedicated towards. But also, we take up for people, especially our own, who don't have the ability to defend themselves. And if you're defending Eric or Patrick and you've been coming at me, it's okay. Listen, we're all in this together. You were taken advantage of. Your heart was treated like a wallet, and the nickels were rang out of it, and you gave out of your heart because you love this family. And we all do. The Whittakers are just very, very personable and, fun-loving and a typical family in Appalachia, but they have been taken advantage of. You need to realize this. Now, let me explain to you a little bit about the charges
thanks,
that are coming. Now, who knows how many are coming, but I'm just going to explain to you the ones that I feel have been, present.
And this is weird because how many channels do they have now? Eric had like 5 different channels, right? And it was interesting to me. It was, yeah, that's true, Mookie. That is true. She didn't care how long he was gone. Well, he was making that money. He was a creator creating, right? That's what he said. I'm a creator. It's hard to do content. I would say that it absolutely is. But it kind of depends on, I guess, what category of creator that you're in. You know, if you look at me, I'm low budget. I've not made my channel off the back of anybody, nor have I ever put myself in a position where I've had to make my, make my channel off of the back of anybody. Eric 7, Patrick, I think of Facebook and yes, thank you, Kaleidoscope. So Patrick had his Timmy time and the GoFundMe. What was interesting to me at the time was how immediately Eric was get rid of the GoFundMe and get rid of the Timmy time. Why? Those were created by Patrick, right? Which meant that, and this is just remain calm brain. This is just me thinking about this stuff. That would mean that a recorded cameo $24.99. Holy guacamole. That's a lot. But those were Patrick's. Patrick's put them out. And I believe that Patrick also, didn't he create like the caricatures of the family, right? So they immediately started selling content, or not content, I'm sorry. The t-shirts and all of that. They immediately start selling Timmy saying cheat because everybody thought it was so cute that Eric, a grown-ass man, was standing outside of the bathroom door. Timmy, what you doing in there? I'm taking a sheet. Oh, that's money. That's money. Let's get it on a t-shirt. Merchandise. Thank you, May May. See, somebody always straightens me out over here for real. Okay, so let's hear a little bit more.
Like I said, some of it was legal, unfortunately. Where you get into legalities is when you take donations for false pretenses and you don't provide those donations to who you're saying you're going to provide them to.
And I have a question. How many people honestly believe that money wasn't being sent for the house before they started actually asking for money for the house? How many of you think that the donations that Eric was like, do not send donations? How many donations do you think that they had already got for that house? That nobody knows if it was really even going to be built or not. We don't know. I mean, you can believe Eric. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, I hate to even say anything about them making money. You know, I didn't send them any. I'm poor. I ain't gonna send money. But it was the way they went about it. It was the way they went about it. What I seen was a grown man who came in like a hurricane, and I guess he didn't think that you know, the after effects wasn't going to happen. Yeah, their business plan absolutely sucked. Lady K, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, they probably definitely could have had a some type of living arrangement for them if they were truly going to build the house. Let me tell you guys something, and I kept saying this, and I guess because I'm an old lady, people don't listen to what I say, and that's okay. But there was no way that Eric, went and got permits to build a home anywhere on that property within a freaking day. Within a freaking day. I'm not going to say he possibly couldn't have got him, but this guy was, I mean, it was kind of like love bombing, kind of like grooming. Freaking weird shit, y'all. Hey, Cinnamon Girl. Their lives have been forever changed now. I realized there were issues that needed to be dealt with, but this was extreme. I completely agree, Mookie. I completely agree. No, that's not Stein Eric, May May. Yeah, he says it in this Flies. I just hadn't got to that point yet because I keep running my mouth like I always do, lady. How do you know, TZ, that the Whittakers don't own that property? How do we know that as a fact? Because Eric said it? Because how did Larry bond BJ out with that part of the property? All right, let me get this started. I'm sorry, I keep running my pile.
I'll get into the contract that's been mentioned in a minute. There's a lot of holes there. First off, I can't wait to see it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a napkin, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let me explain wire fraud. So, all right. So let's just say you go into a gas station. You bring a jar. You put out the jar. You say, I got an idea. Let's raise money for cancer. And maybe you got a good intentions. Maybe you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give this to people with cancer. So let me take this jar. Let me put it in the gas station and let me see who all will help me. And we'll go from there. So people come in and they, out of the kindness of their own hearts, give money to the cause because that's what people do. You know, we take care of each other. When people are in need, we help them out. So you collect all this money and, you know, eventually you decide, let me go see how that cancer jar is doing. I'm going to go get that jar. So you go in, you say, oh, Lord Jesus, look at that cancer money. We got some money today. All right. So, all right. You basically take this jar and you take it home. And you never do anything with it. That's what's called fraud. Now, let's take that scenario and put that into the digital world. You're collecting donations for, you know, a poor family, let's say. And donations start pouring in, probably from across the world, come to find out. But they start pouring in and, you know, you're like, oh, look at this. You start saying, we're going to build so-and-so a house. Sound familiar? We're going to build a house. So what does that do? That tells you, oh, I want to help them build that house because I'm a good person and they're good people too. And they're taking care of these other good people. Let's all do this together. So you start giving. You start giving and numbers start adding up. Videos are releasing. And it's a great time. You're going to get this house built for this family. Well, all of a sudden, the house blows up. Not literally, but metaphorically. Something happens. A tragedy occurs. There's a scapegoat involved. And you decide you're not going to build that house. Now, did you put that scapegoat there? I feel you did. Time will tell. And all of a sudden, I can't build the house with the money because I don't trust who's going to be in the house. So,
Yep.
the money's still there. And that's where that's called wire fraud. When you do that across state lines, when you take money like that, that's when the federal government gets involved and says, hey, you can't just take money saying you're taking it for something else. Those donations that went straight to you saying, buy you something good to eat, honey. God bless you. You've done such a good job. All that stuff is legal. When you start saying, hey, give me money for A.
Hey, I wonder if he took the money back for the potato chips that he kept buying for Lorraine. Family is more important. We'll get to a little bit about Ernie Shaw here pretty soon.
And you don't give it to A, that's called wire fraud. And when investigations open, it's too late. If it's sitting there and you've done nothing with it, let's see what the court decides. But
that's like Remain Calm saying, I would love for you guys to send me cash apps so I can buy a blueberry pie. When I'm sitting here eating a piece of a blueberry pie, right? A mobile home would have sufficed. It lays down to best value chips. Lord help me. I wasn't even going to say his name. He's not worth the effort. Well, you put his initials in there, girl. You must be thinking about him. Do you have ES on the brain, Cinnamon Girl? I'm just asking.
Probably going to face some charges there.
Yep.
As you should, because you're taking advantage of disadvantaged people.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
That's why everyone out there, if you've gave to them and you have your intentions were that your donation were going for the Whittakers, you need to call this number.
Yeah,
is very important because cases like this, depends on how transparent everyone's being. I hope they give everything up. I hope they give access to all their apps. I hope they talk about the cash donations that have been mailed in.
Thank you.
I hope they do the right thing.
Yep.
But we need you. We need all of us to come together and quit with the crap and stand up to Eric Carroll and Patrick Rourke and say, we're not going to let you take advantage of these people anymore. And do your part. And before you say it, you're making money off them too. You're posting too. They took our jobs. Before you say that, I'm donating 100% of what is made from any Whittaker content we create to a good charity that I feel is doing great things. And eventually, after we get the toilet flushed, get this out of the way, I'm going to take care of the Whittaker family in my own way and know You're never going to hear about it. I'm never going to talk about it. I'm never going to write about it. You can deal with that answer. That's
Now I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not a big YouTube channel. I don't make. There's times I don't even make $100 a month off YouTube, and I don't get paid. My content doesn't make a lot of money. Okay. So if people want to say, "Oh, you monetize when you talk about the Whittakers and you made money off of them," I mean, technically, yes. I ain't gonna lie about it. If you look at it this way, yes. Okay, if that's the way you want to look at it. But I mean, a couple bucks compared to thousands of dollars, right? Yeah, there is a difference, Kaleidoscope. Thank you. Then talking about it and showing up, at the on their doorstep, continuously wanting to record you being a hero. Now, my opinion, I will stand by this. Eric Carroll seems to have a hero complex. A hero complex. Y'all remember the what they used to call the preachers, televangelist. Televangelist. We still have I do. JW, that is so funny. All right, well, donate. Donate. I'll get one. I'll get a stripper pole. I don't care. If you look, seriously, if y'all don't think I ain't never been, I used to have friends who were strippers, and they were the best people I could ever be around. I'm serious. They didn't take no shit. I call him a snake oil salesman. That's good verbiage there. They do own the land 100%. The taxes have been paid all the years, not by them. Hang on. Well, I'm trying to get up here to see that comment. Not by them, but by someone else to make sure they never lost the land. People helped them long before a camera was around. I don't think Eric's going to come back. The only thing that dude has done from the beginning, in my opinion, was stood in the middle of a shit pile, was shoveling the shit, but after he shoveled the shit, he kept shoveling and shoveling and shoveling. He was digging for mountain gold, I'm telling you. He was looking for that mountain gold. Yeah, not panhandling. I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen homeless people fly a sign. They make tons of money. Thanks for the super duper sticker, Mr. A. Thank you for being so supportive, Mr. A. I appreciate you. I really do. I want you to know that. Drama got between a family is what Eric did. Yep. Lunar Wolf. I agree wholeheartedly. I keep continually asking this question, you guys. He loved Timmy. He loved Lorraine. He loved Ray so much, especially with Timmy. Where was he when law enforcement and adult protective services showed up to take that boy? Well, he's not a boy. He's a man. But where was Eric then? Where was all the, I love you, give me a hug? Let me tell you guys something. It got to the point where I was fucking dreaming somebody saying, I love you, give me a hug, and handing me a bag of fucking potato chips. It was disgusting. It was like a living nightmare. Now the investigation is public. It will do him no good. Yes. He didn't know about it. Butterbean says he didn't know. Who didn't know about what, honey? He didn't know about what? If you come in and say something like that, I talk about so many different things. I'm not sure who he is. Can you verify for me who he is? He didn't know about it.
What's going to happen? And if you want to check receipts, it's real easy to do these things. Go to my Facebook. I made a post of me giving to Just for Kids, a really good organization in Southern West Virginia.
That's so cool.
And you'll see. It's very easy. It's very easy to be transparent about these things. They can say, oh, well, we're starting to trust. We're doing this. We're doing that. All they want. And that stuff's important because...
Butterbean, are you freaking kidding me? He admitted he called them, Butterbean. Eric admitted he called them. He admitted to it. But now he didn't know? I'm kind of confused now. He came out and admitted he called Adult Protective Services that day. Jesus, take the wheel, y'all. It's okay. You can defend Eric all you want to. I really don't care. I don't care. I'm going to have to get my resting bitch voice out here. This is Remain Calm and my Reggie. Oh, no, that's for later. Yeah, Eric put out the dog whistle saying, y'all can call APAS. Because Ray's sitting in his shit and piss. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, y'all. I am not saying that's a good thing. I am not saying that being in that condition is a good thing. Okay? But how many times did everybody say, Ray's a handful? Ray's a handful. Ray is a handful. Ray only does what Ray wants to do. That's what they kept saying. I don't know, though.
When you have a family on a fixed income and you throw them piles of money,
that's right.
Stuff's going to go awry.
Yep.
Systems are going to have to, adapt to that situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's, with fixed income, you can't earn additional money. That's why a lot of these people are trapped.
You can a little bit, but not much.
You say, get a job. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's great. It's hard to find pay equivalent to what you're getting paid. So what are they supposed to do?
Yep.
I mean, now listen, I'm a hustler.
I like this.
Always have been. But I also don't judge people for their situations. And that's the problem here. You need to realize this is bigger than all of us. This is to ensure future scammers in Appalachia do not take advantage of our people. And not only that, everywhere else. This is going to be a monumental case.
Well, let me tell you something. You damn sure didn't see Eric putting a depends on Ray, did you? But Ray did have depends because, I can guarantee you before Eric took him anywhere, he was like, Larry, get that diaper on him first. Patrick made fun of his family growing up. We have waited for the truth to come out. The truth is finding them out. The state didn't want to do this. I do believe that. I totally believe that the state didn't want this to happen. For sure. And it's sad, you guys. For sure. Okay, so you don't think that he knew that when they were going, so that way he couldn't be there, right? Yeah, Ray does depend on Larry a lot, probably. For sure. Yeah, Ray's Ray. He ain't gonna wear that shit. The truth is finding. Yeah, I totally agree with you, CJ. I do not believe that the state wanted to come in and remove them. And I do believe also that Eric said that Timmy was of age. They allegedly never had Timmy down as having any mental disabilities or anything like that. That's what he said, right? And no, he didn't have to go through adult protection services to get the protection order discovering. You go up to the courthouse. You fill out protection order paperwork. It goes in front of the judge. Okay, sounds like they went up to the courthouse and got the protection order for 10 days. If that protection order was so important for Eric to keep, he was the one with the paperwork, Betty said. He was the one with the paperwork, not Betty. Is it really hard for people to believe that some of this might have not been premeditated? Now, I mean, premeditated in a way where things started happening more quickly than maybe, a couple of them believed. Things started taking off like crazy. And then it was, oh shit. It's too big and we're screwed now. I mean, really. Really. You think it's manufactured chaos? You know what? If it was, they wasn't thinking it through very quickly. Right? It's 2018 here in the UK. Good evening. That is 8:18 here in the United States. Just to let y'all know. If they were reported, yeah, adult protection services would have came in way before now. He didn't need APS for the protection order. I was just providing. Oh, I get you, discovering. I get it. Yeah. You guys, I mean, come on, people. You are all smart, intelligent people. You all have big hearts. For real. He came in. He was doing things so quickly that the Whittakers, Betty, Larry, BJ may have seen it. I'm not going to say she didn't, but I'm not going to say she did. I wasn't there. Right? He was, I'm going to build you a house. I'm going to build you a house. Let me tell you, his ass wouldn't have been out there slinging a freaking rubber mallet. Hell, he was dogging on Patrick. Yeah, Patrick was out there. He's supposed to be cleaning up. Yeah, he was getting paid for it. I can guarantee you he didn't do nothing. He just sat there and filmed it. Really? Guess what? Patrick didn't pay someone to come and film you being a good guy. I'm just saying. How do I end up roasting freaking Eric every time I talk about the Whittakers? That's like every time I go to talk about Summer Wells, it's fucking Ernie Shale. Ernie Shale. Ernie Shale. He's the hero. Lord Jesus. Yes, they did. They watched. Hey, Kels. Hey, Mama T. Hey. Y'all need to kiss and make up over there, Mama T. You, Sarah, and Kels. Y'all better be loving and hugging on each other. Don't make remain calm come for y'all. You hear me? You guys better be showing each other love. I'm just saying. I don't know what's going on. You don't have to tell me. I couldn't watch. I was like, I can't watch. I can't. I don't know, Mama T. Everybody's always after everybody. I can't figure it out. Maybe I'll be nosy here pretty soon, try to figure it out. I don't freaking know. Okay.
Case in ensuring families are protected from the evil that can occur from a camera. And I hope you join us. If you have donated to this effort to Eric Carroll or Patrick Rourke, you need to call this number and you need to provide your receipts of what you've donated. We're going to do this together, and we are going to ensure that this family is taken care of together. I appreciate you. Now,
look, this is the thing, okay? There's nothing wrong with going to a family and saying, look, you know, I don't need to know how much money y'all make. It's none of my business. But you can go to the state and you can, not me, you can get help with somebody coming out and helping you do this and that. You know, here's the options on everything. And you know what always got me about that? Because Eric Carroll always said, I got a whole stack of papers right here, right? Oh. Well, I didn't say you guys were fighting. I just said give each other loves and hugs. Just in case. Just in case, you guys. Start loving on each other now. Just in case. All right. I'm looking out for you guys' future. Oh, is it her and Sarah? Sarah, you and Mama T quit fighting now, damn it. I don't know. I can't never keep up. I can't keep up with y'all. I was just joking, you guys. For real. I don't know. I can't keep up with it. I'm sorry. Well, it's good. I'm glad you guys are hugging on each other right now. So, I forget what I was going to say. See, I love y'all. I got wrapped up in that, forgot what I was going to say. Oh, you and Sarah's not fighting either? Well, who the fuck are you fighting with? Okay, don't answer that. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Well, fight the good fight, Mama T. Ernie's on my shit list right now. Ernie, troublemaker. Okay, Kellis. OG troublemaker. Where's the receipts? Where they at? So I got to get a hold of Eric and tell Eric to give me the receipts, to give me a copy of the receipts. I'm not talking about writing it on a pad of paper. For real. I am not talking about writing it on a pad of paper. For sure.
I'm going to play a little clip. Basically, I got a 30-minute interview with Patrick asking questions early on in my investigation. And it gives a lot
This
of
is
details.
really interesting here.
Now, I'm not going to play this whole video because I don't want to impede on the investigation. And to be honest, there's a lot in there that they're going to chase leads for, and it's going to break open a lot of information.
Ooh, here we go.
I do want to talk about the contract real quick, mentioning before I play this clip. So it's been mentioned, and I've heard from people involved in the contract. One of the third parties, obviously Patrick has told me, but other people have told me as well. I've talked to people that have seen the contract, so just wait.
Oh, we know
But
what he made off.
there's a third
What
split
he was making off YouTube
going on.
Gals.
A third for Eric, a third for Patrick, a third for the Whittakers. Someone brought this up to me recently, and I hadn't even thought about it. But you're counting, 5+ people as 1/3.
Yes,
It's not how it should work.
that's true.
They're each equal parties in the matter.
They are. And if you guys notice, Eric was always putting everything on Betty. Betty and Larry. Betty and Larry. Betty and Larry, right? Yeah, they had contracts. Now, I don't know if he made that contract up. See, the YouTube money, right? That is something we can all look up. We can look that up. The YouTube money. I'm sure somebody's got a screenshot of how much the GoFundMe with Patrick made and all the Timmy time stuff, right? Evidently, Eric didn't show the right receipts to the right people, or detectives wouldn't be wanting people to call if they gave any money or objects to Eric and Patrick for the Whittakers. And let me ask you this. Did you all see Timmy run out to get the mail? The mailman was, "Hey, Timmy." Right? Why wouldn't they have wanted any packages that were going to go to the Whittaker family, Why would they have to go to Eric or Patrick? And Eric didn't even live in the state at all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're on it. I'm going to share a post that Patrick put out not long ago, too. And what he says.
They should not have to take a third and split it. If anyone needs to split a small amount of money, it needs to be Eric and Patrick and their team. So think about that.
And who the fuck is this team
When
they
you
keep
take
talking about? Who is this team they keep talking about? Eric was paying his own brother. Eric was paying his own brother to take a trip with him. Seriously. Paying his own brother. Who is the team? Who is the team? His friends? And it's really weird that within a matter of 3 days, he gets with an Amish community and they've got it all planned out that they're going to build a house for the Whittakers. How does that happen? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know.
These people and wrap them into one thing. It's the whole problem. These are each individuals. Individual people with individual civil rights.
But yet when they're making money They're making money off of them individually. The little caricatures of Ray, you know, Timmy time, and Eric spending all that time with Timmy and buying all these new clothes and, you know, taking them bowling, whatever he was doing.
So the contract is garbage. First off, I wanted you all to know that because that's part of the problem. You wrap this family into these words. You know, you say inbred. You say hillbillies. You say, look at them poor hillbillies. Look at them poor inbred hillbillies. And then you got people who are just blatantly mean, you know, which is awful. They can't defend themselves. It's not just Patrick and Eric. It's everything that has been created from their face that is legal too. Every effort out there, every video you've seen out there that gets millions of views from their image, millions upon millions
you guys.
of dollars generated in revenue from these images, which I will never show on this channel. Millions and millions of dollars have been gained from this.
Yes.
You have followings that have been built off of these people that have amassed huge followings that will pay in perpetuity. And yeah, people have started GoFundMes. That's great. I've started GoFundMes myself to help people out. But that's your money. Yeah, they're managing it and saying, here's the money, here's the money. You know, like Mark Lyda, who made the first video, who, you know, kicked off this insanity. I want to say up front, I think Mark is a creative genius.
Mark is a creative genius, and he's getting some flack right now over one interview he did was a 13-year-old girl who was stating that she was a child of the night, I'll say. She went missing for a period of time, and there are indictments coming down on a gang. It's all weird, you guys. I'll have to do that another time. So they will do stuff for their own, but outsiders going to pay. I had one help me with the opening of business. They do awesome work, but you pay. Well, GoFundMe for what? He's disabled or had a devastating situation happen to him. Well, we'll look, you know, as I've always said about the Summer Wells case, could that have taken place with Dawn and Candace and a lot of other people? It could have. It could have. I'm not going to say that there aren't investigations that we may not know of that's still transpiring. I don't know. But specific monies were given to Dawn and Candace for specific things that probably didn't go for that. Don Wells bragged, okay? Don Wells bragged that he went and spent $2,000 on Creepalachia, right? Only because he said law enforcement said something about him selling his daughter because he owed money for substances. Now, let me tell you guys something. To each their own. I didn't give a fuck where Don Wells went and brought his Creepalachia, even though he said that, you know, law enforcement was behind him. There was 5 cars. They were chasing him. All kinds of weird shit. It was the fact of the matter that he stated that there were a group of women who got together and donated $5,000 for them to upgrade their house to get the boys back. Now, could that be considered illegal? He doesn't say he took that $5,000 to buy the Creepalachia. But dude had $2,000 talking about how poor he is. His kids would have a better life if they were with rich people, basically what he said. But he had $2,000 to go buy Creepalachia. And then guess what he did? He gave it away for free. He drove around, okay, and was like, here's some Creepalachia for you. Merry early Christmas. Oh, wait, here's some Creepalachia for you. It took him 2 days to hand out all that free Creepalachia. That's what he said. Really discovering? Yeah, me too. Me too. Don's a good storyteller. Remind me sometime, I'll pull my notes up and we'll talk about when he was doing his Creepalachia and was hallucinating as he was driving through the desert, thinking the cops were chasing him. Fascinating story it is. Fascinating.
I love his work. I'm a big fan. All except for this series, and also the active addiction videos. I don't think you should incentivize that because he does pay people for interviews, and which there are some interviews that I've done, like people come in talk about their paranormal experience. I feel people should get paid in certain instances. Where I don't is when you are talking about drug addiction, where you are talking about anything true crime related, anyone sharing that experience. When you start paying people, you're twisting their brain into they want to make you happy.
I've said this before, you guys. I have absolutely said this before. And I kind of used, what was the weirdo guy name that is, I believe, a suspect in Michael Vaughn? Stacy, what's his name? I can't remember his name. This is Creepalachia on Facebook. I'll show you. Wandra, thank you, Chris. It also with Allie, Candace's friend Allie, she was getting paid. Ding Dong. I know you guys know the Sour Patch Kid. He was getting paid for interviews. There's so many examples out there. And why would you pay someone like that for an interview that to me, there's no way in hell that you're going to pay a person. Thank you, Flies, for the Facebook link. Thank you. And they're going to come up and tell you where a missing child is. Or they're going to admit to having anything to do with a missing child and where that child might be. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No, Chris, I do not mean him. I don't talk about Jody Sue's children over here. I don't.
They want to tell you what you want to hear. Not that they're not sharing their truth. I'm sure they are.
Yes,
but that's
they
just what
do.
happens. So again, I think Mark's a genius, but that first video amassed a mega following. Now he would have built a following regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest. Look at the highest video on his channel. I haven't even looked at it in months. I'm not bitter about it. You know, I wish him luck, but I'd guess that the Whittaker stuff is really high up there. Now,
It is.
with these followings you amass, you get subscriptions, you get, you know, donations, you get money, you get this, that, yada, 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 yada. That is a following that will stick with you in perpetuity, who will buy your merch, watch your videos. There is no calculation you can possibly do for what poverty porn does for channels. There's no calculation. Now, again, it's legal. But where the wire fraud came in with Patrick and Eric is illegal. And we have to protect these people. We have to protect Appalachia. We have to protect West by God, Virginia. And that's why I'm budging into this, because I have the skill set to give y'all the truth. And if you believe it, it's up to you. Free country. If you want to comment, you're just in it for money. You know, that's fine. I have fun with that. I really don't care. I find it kind of humorous that, like, people will take the time to say certain things and, you know, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, man, they typed out 3 paragraphs telling me how wrong I am and how Eric Carroll is the, you know, God bless him for what he's doing. Well, you know what? I wrote out a long explanation for my theory. It's totally speculation. I'm not going to put it on this video, but it's on my Facebook page and you can read it. But
we'll get to that, Cal.
it kind of explains what I feel happened. And I think Eric probably did have some good intentions, but you're not going to come up from Georgia and one of the first things you do is you have a disabled family sign a contract.
Absolutely.
Get out of here with that.
Thank you.
Come on. Come on. Think. You're not going to do that. You probably have some kind of savior complex inside where you're like, I'm going to take care of this family and also I'm going to make a good living. Yeah. Well, guess what happened? The make a good living blew up.
Yes,
and you got scared.
And
because you knew. I don't think Patrick necessarily knows where the fraud came in. I think he's complicit because he unknowingly committed the fraud, asking for donations. But Eric Carroll started to figure out this is a crime. So he blew the whole thing up.
Yes, he did.
And here we are. The state police has opened an investigation.
Yes,
I'm so grateful that this is going to be looked into. Now, we're just talking federal charges. Who knows how far this thing's going to go? Who knows what's going to be uncovered?
Yeah.
Thankfully, you know, a lot of the family are safe right now with APS, and they're working through the situation.
And I truly believe that Eric, when he knew he was in trouble, stop the donations. Stop the donations. Don't send any more donations.
This is not over by a long shot. There's going to be so many things investigated over this.
You guys are going to make me get my resting bitch voice out here in a couple minutes.
So much mud has been thrown. Eric and Patrick at each other. And, you know, really, you know, throw all the mud you want at me. I'm just here to give you the facts. And I'm here to protect my home from future scams. So
every talk, every live stream monetization, then talk about money going into a trust. That him talking about that trust drove me plumb ass cray. Then later on, after lots of super chats, he would say, "Don't send any donations to the Whittakers yet." Right. I just looked up wire fraud. It being a federal crime, it carries up to 20 years and or up to $250,000. Ooh. No, you're fine, Kels. I've got a few things that I need to say today. Okay?
I hope you listen to all those words, okay? We've heard a lot of words, but now we're getting facts. So to end this, I'm going to play this little clip that you need to hear.
Let's listen to this clip, you
this
guys.
is from Patrick O'Rourke's interview that I have provided to the investigation. It's 30 minutes long.
Mr. A, math class, listen up. Math, as in dollar signs, as in adding and subtracting, is spelled M-A-T-H. All right? The booger substance that they put up their nose or, use things to put in their bodies is M-E-T-H. Okay? Just giving you a little lesson there, darling.
And I'm not releasing this ever on any platform. I mean, I'm sure you'll hear the full thing eventually. But here you go.
All I know, I have a guesstimate of what all the platforms are making. It may be off,
What's your guesstimate?
Well, across all platforms, I'm guessing anywhere between 40 and 50 a month is my guess. And it may be more. But
we might do that this month. But the thing about it is, this month so far that I know of, that whenever me and Eric talked, it's going to be right close to $20,000 a piece.
$20,000 a piece for not even a whole month. Wow. Yeah, booger candy. If you knew Patrick his entire life, you would know they are both guilty. I ain't saying Patrick is not guilty. I am not saying Patrick ain't guilty. Not at all. He never showed up or called the family back. He should have never dropped the attorney. Oh, he should have never name dropped the attorney, because you said, CJ, that he never contacted that attorney back, right? Yeah, I think they're both guilty. But okay, this is my thinking, and you guys tell me if you see where I'm coming from. Eric seen hey, Faith. Eric seen a opportunity when he seen the GoFundMe and the Timmy Time stuff. He had to have seen something there. So then they start talking to each other. And I believe that Eric had more of a concept on what on social media could be applicable to what they were trying to produce, right? I don't read. I'm not a breadcrumbs kind of guy. I'm not.
So probably 60,000 this month.
60,000. Wow, you guys, that's a lot of money. $60,000.
Oh, I was muted. Do what you want with that.
Wow.
Do what you want. Let's talk facts now. Let's get this family on the path to normalcy. Share this number with anyone you can who you think has donated to Eric Carroll or Patrick Rourke on behalf of the Whittakers. And let's ensure this family is on a path to normalcy. Thank you all.
Thank you. And Eric isn't going to respond to any phone calls or anything like that at all. For sure, for sure. Okay, hold on. You guys, truly. I mean, y'all can believe what you want. I'm not here to change your mind. We dropped the link for you, Kels, with a Z. I said he's the Creepalachia guy. Creepalachia on Facebook. Flies, drop the link for you in chat. Did you leave class and go to the restroom without asking, lady? I'm just playing with you. Yeah, he lives in Beckley, West Virginia. He knows the Whittakers, and he lives in the next town over. Thank you, Flies, for dropping it again. There, Kels, there you go. There's the link for you. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, somebody watched Mark videos, didn't they? You know, calm down. Why you so rude? It's my resting bitch voice, honey. I'm not rude. It's my resting bitch voice. The attorney had known the family for years. He set up like he was going to put in a trust. He called and needed an appointment the next day, but he never showed. He was in Georgia, wasn't he, CJ? When he talked about, I know she was joking, Flies. When he talked about that lawyer, he was in Georgia. He wasn't even in West Virginia, if I remember correctly. Nobody ever agrees. Yeah, it is free thoughts. Believe me, you ain't got to pay for your thoughts. Not at all. Nobody asking you to. For sure. Okay, Chris is going potty. All right, Chris, we'll wait for you, honey. Chris, what you doing in there? A sheet. Remain calm. Uh-oh, Flies, make a t-shirt. Chris Sheety pants. All right, Chris, we'll take some money up for some depends. Depends on what you want to do. Pretty crazy, right? I never could understand how they felt like they wasn't like making a mockery out of them. Does that make sense? Turn the tap on. We can hear you from across the pond. I thought that was degrading to Timmy. He would stand outside and record him outside the bathroom while he was singing about his mama, going home to see his mama. I know, mine too, discovering for sure. For sure. I guess my question is, and I'd have to pull it up. I could probably pull it up on Patrick's Facebook. How long ago he actually started really having anything to do with Timmy. We're gonna look. Let's look at Patrick's Facebook a little bit. There was a post on there. There's a post on there from Betty. Timmy Whittaker. Timmy home. Home. That's Patrick, kind of. My best friend's gone. All right, this is what I wanted you guys to see. Patrick, 12 hours ago, See, the difference between hunting and being hunted is that you go into the forest being loud and careless. It's a 70% chance that you're going to walk out empty-handed. That is very true. You don't go hunting making a lot of freaking noise. But if you go into the forest hungry and you sit down and be quiet, it's a 20% chance you won't go hungry, because it comes to you and you don't have to chase it. Only 10% will understand this. Patrick, we could look at that in many, many different ways. Many different ways. So in one aspect of it, you were hunting. And while you were hunting, you came across this guy named Eric Carroll. Now, okay, Eric come into the forest and he was being very loud. He had a hero complex. He needed that attention. He needed that pat on the back. He first went down in May, started chatting it up right after he started the videos. Wow. So that was in May of this year. Do you think that when Patrick started making himself known around the Whittakers, that he already knew that he wanted to, was it a premeditated thing, you think? The prey came to Patrick. Oh, that's interesting, 120 acres. That's interesting. But we can look at it like with Eric too. Because Eric is the one that came in loud. Remember when he was talking about he came all the way to Georgia? He didn't have any money, but he knew he had to help that family. He had less than $1,000 in his bank account. All right, let's see what some of the replies are here. My grandma always told me 2 things about silence. Silence is the best reply to a fool. Once you've matured, you realize silence is the best way to prove a point. Patrick Rourke, keep taking the high road. Okay, these people are just talking about silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. All right, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there for a moment. All right. 23 hours ago, today, sitting on this old porch, I realized it grew bigger and bigger, as in no one here to take up the room where we once sat. The many summers sitting in the swelter of the heat, drinking soda and watching the dogs bark as cars pass by. This is from Batty, you guys. Timmy and his coloring books and paper and pencil, spelling the word Timmy and home until it ran off the page. Lorraine hiding potato chips and Ray bumming chew tobacco. It was normal for us but abnormal for others. But the thing is, we still loved you when you made fun of us. This was our normal. This was us being happy. And just like that, we were torn apart just because our living condition didn't add up to your specs. We are country folk. Country folk don't need fancy. We just need family and a bunch of it. Bring them home. I have a question. Why did you have to mention Lorraine hiding potato chips? That's odd to me. Timmy didn't go up to his house. These people never wander, never have. They are scared from all the people have done to them through the years. Patrick told people his plan. Wow. Wow. Huh. Who's Mr. Can't? I'll take some biscuits with my coffee. Now, a lot of people have said that they don't think Betty wrote that. Why mention potato chips? Why mention hiding potato chips? Unless it was just a conversation that she now this is about Patrick. I do love that though. That is cute. Timmy and Moose. That is cute. But who was making the money off all that? For sure. I wish I could say I'm okay, but I'm not. This fella turned out to be my best friend. I probably learned more from him than I have anyone in my life. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. That tells you something right there, right? This is some guy named Ernie. Was live on Patrick's channel there. I don't need to hear that. I don't. But Eric, I guess what made me kind of in my mind know that they were playing Scam and Sammy's was because of how quickly Eric threw Patrick under the bus. Right? I mean, fuck, with a friend like that, who needs friends, right? With a friend like that, who needs friends? Yeah, they would go to church, yeah. I don't know. It is hard to believe any of them, isn't it? Very hard to believe any of them. For sure. Let's pop over to Flies on the Coastlaw. Flies on the coastlaw. Flies on the coastlaw, and don't you chase them away. Okay, hold on. That's kind of what you had on Facebook. I think we showed most of. I've showed a lot of them. Blythe has a whole bunch of clips over here. I could never understand why he had to pay his own brother $500. All right. I wanted to look at that. Hold on. This is Flies on the Coastlaw. Credit goes to Flies. Okay, this was Eric. This is where I told Patrick the Whittakers were owed for the month, because at this point I was having to get the money sent to me because of foul play going on. He sent $5,000 of it. After he sent $5,000 of the Whittakers' money, he was asking me to borrow the Whittakers' money again. He had already done the same thing the month before. Well, Patrick just talked about him drawing $20,000 a freaking piece. Why are you yelling, Kels? Why are you yelling? It was years ago. Are you talking about what happened years ago? That was supposed to have happened years and years ago, right? 120 acres? Oh, yeah, you can have your opinion over here. You sure can. Just watch out for Kels. She might yell at you. Kels is yelling today. She is. Yes, up the road. That was years ago. That was years ago. And if Eric used that to benefit himself, that's shame on him. But my God, that happened years and years and years ago. For real. Why is Eric bringing it up like it just happened? That's Flies. I'm glad that you put it that way, because this is how I feel. I feel like Eric would sit and have a conversation with them, and they would be talking and they would say things, and the things that they were saying to Eric were things that had happened throughout their life. Let me ask you this. If you got a guy come hanging out on your porch and he's like, where'd your mom and daddy come from? All righty. You had a sister. They want to know everything about your life, right? You start talking to them, but you don't specify exactly when the stories that you're telling him happened. You're just conversing, you're telling stories. Yeah, this happened. You know, BJ's a bitch. Yeah, she's got substance problems, and you know, she hit Timmy on the head with her shoe, and but not specifying exactly when these things happened. So, not saying that any of it's right. Nobody should be bullied. Nobody should be harmed in any way, shape, or form, especially anybody with any disabilities. For real. So, don't come for me. Because no, I truly believe that. But so Eric takes those stories just like he does his videos. Have you guys ever seen, I mean, now I don't do videos, but with Eric's videos, the timeline's not matching up. He's putting out content that is going to be beneficial to whatever he's saying at that time, right? That's right, Discovering. You know me well, darling. Patrick's used to getting pick payouts. They had a house burned years ago. They got the payout, but still lived in half the house and blew the money. Oh, Patrick did? I don't look. This is the thing, you guys. I've not researched Patrick or Eric. I'm just looking at what happened with the Whittakers. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this too. If Eric is so business savvy, why would you go into business with someone that you haven't at least done enough background check to see what type of person they are? If Patrick has been found guilty of any SEX crimes, then I would think, number one, he'd be on the registry and he wouldn't be allowed to be around children. But then again, guess what? Guess who's not a child? Timmy. Timmy's not a child. And this is what got me to you guys, because you know that Timmy's not a child. You say yourself that Timmy could have came with you whenever he wanted. There was nothing stopping Timmy from going to Georgia. Nothing. You said that yourself, Eric. You said that yourself. You wanted to make sure that Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy had a home. But I just kept hearing you basically telling them, you're going to do what I want you to do, or I'm not going to build you a house. Well, that kind of just pissed Remain Calm off a little bit, because if you really think that you're the only person that could have acquired the money or anything else to get them a house or anything, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, he's not on the registry. Eric was throwing up Patrick Whittaker, right? That's his name, right? Flies. Let me ask you guys this. If it would have been anyone else who went in there and did this to the Whittakers, besides Eric Carroll, would you all be looking at the situation the same way? If everything happened the same way. Jason, thank you. Jason Whittaker. Jason Whittaker. Jason talked about it. Let me finish this. All right, so immediately it's about money with Eric and Patrick. That's the first thing they get in a fight over, right? Yeah, Jason told about his past on Soft White Underbelly. Asking to borrow the Whittakers' money again. See, why? So right here, Eric is saying that Patrick was the one who had all the Whittakers' money. All the Whittakers' money. Now, Eric says, I don't want to be doing this, guys. Let me tell you guys something. If you're walking down the street, no, let's say this. You're in a shoe store. You want to buy a pair of shoes, right? And the store clerk comes over. You done picked your shoes out. They're your favorite freaking shoes. You're like, I love them. I want to get these shoes. And the clerk comes out and she says, I don't want to be doing this to you, but I'm going to have to take one of these shoes. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I need to take one of these shoes, guys. We got to keep it up here. You know, we got to keep at least one shoe up there because we going to be getting a new stock of them shoes in. I got to keep that one shoe up there because I need to know what shoe I need to put there when they come in. And they're like, why the fuck would you keep one shoe? I don't want to be doing this. If somebody looks at you and tells you they don't want to be doing something that they're fucking doing, does that make sense? And I watched a live of theirs. This one girl handed them, I'm telling you, $400, $400 or $500. For sure. Thank you, Mr. A. Thank you. Eric. Oh, seems his wife was the bread. He said his wife worked. He also said that they took care of her dad. And, you know, they were having a hard time and he left home and they just couldn't do it. And I mean, okay, so he didn't want to be doing this, but I'm about to do a live and get this squashed. I don't think he ever did a live that made any sense. I had the numbers down in a notepad. And I told you I have all the receipts. From my understanding, he has not shown any verifiable receipts. It's what he has down in a notepad. And writing a bunch of numbers down in a notepad ain't flipping receipts. In my place, you will see a list of receipts. Eric, Patrick 1,000. Patrick sent Eric 5,000. Right. Well, let me tell you, they can go to every platform that they have under the Whittaker name. They can also make Eric and Patrick both produce Cash Apps they've received, Venmos, everything. Yes, Eric has a QR code, a Venmo QR code, about the Airbnb on his Facebook, yeah. Yeah, a bunch of papers he's waved around, for sure. So, the trust account bothered me too. Patrick knows good and well that $5,000 was their money to set up the trust account, which I had a meeting set up with an attorney for the trust account the day Betty no-showed. I don't believe that. He said Betty no-showed when he was supposed to take her up and get a bunch of papers signed or something. I believe he wanted a trust, but he's sitting right here saying he sent $5,000. He only sent 5,000 of it after okay, so he sent you 5,000, but down here you're saying, Patrick knows good and well that 5,000 was their money to set up the trust fund account. He sent you 5,000 of the Whittaker money. You're saying it right there in the first paragraph. I was going to get the money out of my hands. I bet you were, mister. I bet you were. Open the studio and show the money. 2 TikToks, a Facebook of the Whittaker family, Twitter, Instagram, a .com, all in the name. Not right now, Justin. But you can drop your link in chat if you want to, Justin. Okay? For sure. You don't have to look for Ernie. Ernie's channel. Go, Kels, go into your YouTube search bar. Put in Whittaker Family Ernie. That's what I heard too, Renee. That the check was $78,000 last month. And why you hollering now? See what you started, Kels? You got everybody hollering, girl. I'm just playing. I guess Renee didn't think I would hear her. I will, Justin. I will. So, I was ready to say I'm walking away from this. This is getting too ugly. But I'll be on here shortly to squash it. Planning on this being my last time, guys. Wow. I've already said I invite full investigations on myself and Patrick. You'll find out who's telling the truth at the end. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it from my hands. Can I borrow some money on the next Whittaker account until our next payday so I can buy these windows? You're blind? It's okay. I don't mind if you holler at me. Not at all. You are fine. Yeah, Social Blade. We pulled that up over here too, Social Blade. What? But he admits, you guys, that Patrick sent him $5,000. Now, this is what gets me. Wonder how much he actually paid for the website. I don't know. I'm not good with social media. Some people call me a loser. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you unalive me? Bro, they need that money. We got to get the trust account and all that set up. They need that other $2,500 over. They need that other $2,500 over. So whatever they were asking for, there was $2,500 over that. They only got 1,000 out of their 3,000 from last month. I know you're saying you bought some stuff out of it, but this is the main thing that stresses me out with us. Patrick, is the money. So that stresses me out with us. I had to pay for the website. We're going to have to pay for the... Who the fuck was the security guard? Can somebody tell me? What channel? What do you mean? What are they looking for? $43. Oh, on his dad page. One was always trying to get money from the other. Yeah, they didn't get along because of the money. They did not. Money is the root of all evil. It is. Satin will ring, ring, ring. You know what I mean? He doesn't hesitate. Seems to me, yep. Okay, so Eric had to pay for the website. We're going to have to pay for the security guard. Security guard, can we talk? Ring, ring, ring. Hello, security guard. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to hire you as security. I'm going to give you $1,000 per night, okay? Yep. $1,000 per night now. I want you to go and I want you to sit outside of the Whittakers. Now, I don't give a shit who wants to come up to you. Keep them people away from there. That's my meal ticket, security man. That is my meal ticket. Nope. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't I just act like I'm hiring you because you're too expensive? You're too expensive, okay? All right. You go on back to whatever state that I flew you in from, okay? I'm just saying, it's all good. All right. And we'll take that drone. We'll take that drone from, that we bought off of the money that we were kind of showing to Timmy, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Security Guard. Who the fuck would stand outside of the Whittaker family house like they're fucking security in odd West Virginia? What were they gonna do? Flag traffic down? Can't come down this road right now. Not too many people went down that fucking road. You know what they were doing? They were watching everything that family was doing. And then Eric would, that's him walking. Hang on, he's walking up the step. That's BJ over there in that trailer, ain't it? Well, I reckon. You're a liar. You're a liar. That's BJ over there, ain't it? Eric gets no views. I don't need to show Eric getting any freaking views. I don't know. I don't know if they'll end up in jail, but they may be making, they may have to pay some pretty big fines. made out like it was security from BJ. You know, I'm not gonna bash his dad talk stuff, but that's true. I mean, if he was making such a great profit off of a dad talk channel, why take something and not keep working on something that you're already successful with, and you just walk away from that to work with the Whittakers? But no, seriously, you know, not making light, but I mean, what the fuck? You're paying, you know what gets me? You're going to pay for security, but your ass knows you got the paperwork, right? For the upcoming restraining order. You got the paperwork, Eric, and I believe Betty when she says you had that paperwork. You're so worried about getting them a security guard. But you don't think twice about not making sure. I mean, why couldn't you have called them? Why couldn't you have called and said, hey, you got to be in court tomorrow. Don't forget. Don't forget, you guys got to be in court tomorrow. Anybody think they'll get charged with tax evasion? Not right yet, and let me tell you why. Because it's not tax season yet. It's not tax season yet. Now, when it comes down to when it's time to do taxes, they better have their ducks in a row, because, yeah, then they can get them for tax evasion. Right now, but I see what you're saying, because possibly if they are, see, because with the GoFundMe, taxes would have had to have been paid, right? With Timmy Time, I would think taxes would have to be paid. With a lot of what Eric and them were doing, sure, the channels were going to owe taxes. I'm curious to see who exactly was put in charge of ending up paying those taxes when the time comes. But if they can find that, yes, I mean, yeah, they can. I'm sure they can at some point get them for some kind of tax evasion. Right. Hey, the mouse. I had to pay for the website. We're going to have to pay for the security guard. Unfortunately, they don't have any money right now. Okay, but wait a minute. So now he's basically trying to control Patrick's money. Dude, $9,000 in a couple months, that's a lot of money. My money is going in these trips. Why does Eric, you don't have to pay to get a bank account. Do you have to pay to start a trust account? Or you just put money into it? But wait, this don't make any fucking sense. I can't make sense of it. Giving me a headache. Nobody's donated to the Whittakers, so I want to know who is the other third. Yeah, a third. Well, yes, you need a lawyer to set up a trust. I understand that. Eric admitted they used Larry's ID. Lord. Well, hopefully the federal law enforcement officials figure this out. Because, you guys, I'm sorry. This book. Well, wait. You're sitting there. I don't know what the fuck he's got written in here. I mean, let me make it a little bit bigger. I can even make it bigger than that. Because I can. All right, let's look. I can't read it. Lord, I can't read it 'cause I'm going blind. Maybe if you'll send me some of that ginger shine. Okay, what is this nonsense? Facebook, YouTube. Is that 13,000? $36,000? 6,721.03. I took it, looks like. Lord Jesus. You know, you all shouldn't have been. Oh, Lord. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Takes the wheel. Okay, we are going to keep talking about this craziness with the Whittaker family, but I am going to address something very quickly because I can, I'm going to, and I will. Now, you guys know I threw Ernie Shell off my panel yesterday. Ernie, what'd you do? Go whine to Tiffany? Were you whining to Tiffany and Benny? I threw your ass off my panel. You're whining to the wrong people. So, this is fucking weird, you guys. This is weird shit. So, kind of made me a little angry. A little bit angry at Dad. All right, wait a minute. I was trying to get my comments up here. All right, so I get a comment from Tiffany Marie herself. You can delete my comment, that is fine. I just saw your true intentions, and that really sucked, but it is what it is. What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't never ever deleted your fucking comment. Didn't know you made a comment. If you did, I would have seen it through my notifications. But moving the fuck on. What are my true intentions, Tiffany? What are my true intentions? Why are you even contacting me through my comments? Why, period, are you coming anywhere near my channel? You ain't never come around my channel before. What is it? Don't play a fucking game with me and be like, you took my comment away. Ain't nobody fucking took anything away over here. At all. So, no. Ain't fucking happened. I'm telling you right now. Ugh. So, and you don't know what my intentions are about anything. About anything. So I have to tell you guys my reply. Because you guys know, anybody who knows Remain Calm, I don't fucking do comments. I'm not going to sit and fucking argue with somebody in my comments. Now, if I see a comment, I do try to thumbs up, give it a heart, what the fuck ever. Okay? One thing I can say is Remain Calm doesn't have people who want to act like flying fucking monkeys to run over and give a thumbs up if I make a statement somewhere, okay? So you can take the 2 thumbs up you have and take them somewhere else, because don't fucking know who they are either. I said, what are you talking about? I ain't psychic. And talk about true intentions. Maybe you, Ernie, and BK should do some real reflections on the BS under the name of Summer Wells. And by the way, I didn't delete any comments for real. So there. Oh yeah, they're all up wanting Summer Wells content again. And the thing about it is, barking up the wrong fucking tree over here. You came over to my channel one fucking time, and that was to scream at fucking Jody Sue. I can't even tell you what you hollered at her about. Not at all. Still don't give a fuck why you hollered at her. I'd never come over to your channel and hung out, okay? I couldn't even tell you if I'm subbed or not, because if I had subbed to you at one point, I'm probably still subbed, because that's just the way I roll, okay? But don't come into my fucking comments acting like you left me this comment that, you know, I must have deleted, because that's not true. That is not true. At all. So, don't know what the comment was, but let me tell you guys something. You or Ernie do not need to try to make Remain Calm look like a low-life scheming bitch, okay, that has all these preconceived hidden shit about the Summer Wells case. It won't work, and it's not gonna work. It ain't. So don't know what y'all are doing, and don't care what you all are doing. That's the way it's been for me with y'all for a long time. A long time. Well, you don't, I mean, I don't talk about Jody Sue's kids. I don't, you know, I don't talk about anybody's kids. Not at all. I'm not into it. I don't care if he's of age or not. It's just not something I do, but no, what pissed me off is don't come in here and try to tell me what my intentions are. What are my intentions? Since you know so much, Tiffany. I mean, here you go. You want content from Remain Calm. All right? Why the fuck would I go looking for content for Ernie Shell? So y'all can get together and do what the fuck y'all did before. Right? It's like a fucking regurgitation. You just want to add just a little bit more this time, right? And I don't give a shit what you guys talk about. I don't. For real. You ain't never heard me spend my time over here talking about Tiffany, talking about Benny. Yeah, I have talked about Ernie, but usually it's just to make fun of him. For sure. Never been any malicious intent towards any of y'all over here. But you don't know me, lady. You don't fucking know me. I have no intentions with anything that's got to do with Summer Wells, the Summer Wells case. I didn't insert myself into it. Not at all. If I wanted to play fucked up shit, I would have had 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers by now. But my intention wasn't to get myself involved in it. Not at all. So don't act like, Tiffany, that you know me and know what my intentions are. Because I think if people really go back and look on YouTube, y'all intentions are a hell of a lot more questionable than Remain Calm's intentions. For sure. So, and then after I throw Ernie off my panel because I don't want to fucking find content for the guy, you all of a sudden want to show up in my chat or in my comments and say something? I didn't even know my comments were on. Hell, I've been turning them off. I turned them off for the second Whittaker live I did. Because I didn't need anybody. I like Eric. I like Patrick. I don't care who likes who. It doesn't matter. It is the fucking situation at hand. For real. And I don't care if y'all like me or not. I don't. Do you think that Tiffany Marie liking me or Benny Keys liking me or Ernie liking me or any of the rest of them liking me is going to change my fucking life? No, it's not. No, it's not. Want a consort? I can tell you why, but I really don't care, Vegas. I don't care. But don't come at me acting like I've got some underlying intentions on fucking anything. I never lied about what I wanted to do with my Summer Wells notes. And I'm still going to do that with my Summer Wells notes. But I'm the one who took my Summer Wells notes. What the fuck? So don't come over thinking you're going to bully me. And don't tell me that you left a comment that you didn't leave. Because I would have answered you with whatever you said. Usually, I find something, kind of funny to say back. If somebody wants to throw shit talk at me, I'm like, oh, let's make something funny out of it, right? You probably did lie to me, Sherry. You probably did. It wouldn't surprise me any. Not at all. Who is walking with the walker going to search? I can't. I don't know who she's going to get to search. Look, this is the thing. If Candace allows people up on that hill to search for her daughter, that's her property. She can do whatever she wants. She can do whatever she wants. For sure. I mean, if people give Candace money, that's people. That is people. They can give to whoever they want to give to. What do you mean, well? The well runs really deep there, Auntie Sherry. What did you do? Join in on the let's bash remain calm just because she wouldn't give me what I fucking wanted? Let's bash remain calm because we were mad at somebody else and she didn't do what we wanted to. So let's talk about her like a fucking dog. I'm sure you were right over there in that chat giving your $49.99, Sherry. I'm sure you fucking were. I ain't got no reason to lie to anybody either. Not at all. You know what? I really don't care about Tiffany Marie. Now, do I have a lot of empathy with what she's going to? Absolutely. Just another photo op. It's all just going to be regurgitated again and again and again and again. I had, and I'll tell you who said it to me. It's out there. Share. TBI's watching you. Hawkins County's watching you. Don and Candace is watching you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who's watching me. I don't care who's watching me. I don't. I haven't seen TBI come in and give me a fucking cash app. Ring, ring, TBI. Yeah, I talk about the Summer Wells case sometimes. Yeah, I got some notes on it. Would you like to see my notes, TBI? I'm sure you would. It may not have to do with Summer Wells, but it sure got a lot to do with the other lot of the bullshit that went on. Yes, sir. I don't know what she's doing. I don't care what she's doing. I really don't. They can do whatever they want. Ernie Shell has a warrant in freaking Kentucky. So, whatever. I ain't calling the law on him. I'm not going to call the law on freaking anybody. So, after 4 years, over 4 years, why all of a sudden is Candace like, come on up here, we'll search. Come on up here. I'll lead the way. What? But, you know, just like before, you all make sure that you get their hotel rooms, you pay for their gas to go, you know, stay at the motel, make sure that you're buying all the food. You know, if they ain't got cars, rent them a car. You guys make sure that you take care of them people in the name of summer. Go ahead. Go ahead. I offered to pay a motel room for one night for somebody, and I'm glad I didn't because they didn't even go. They didn't even go. And it's like you received all that money because you were going to go and you never went. But you know what? I really never said anything about it because I'm like, hey, I'm glad I didn't pay for the motel. Yeah, she did, Constance. She did in that deleted live that somebody, I just played it a couple days ago, I think. But I knew what Benny was going to do. I wished him total luck on talking about true crime. I really did. People are very interested in what Benny has to say, and that is not a bad thing. You guys go over and watch him. I mean, I went and listened to the last one. A couple things were said, but it was hearsay, so what am I going to do with hearsay? Do people really give a fuck if Dawn and Candace are together? I mean, seriously, why would anybody invest their time on Dawn and Candace being together or not together? Because like Candace said, and you guys take it however you want, Candace said, me and Dawn are still together. They will always be together. They've got 4 children together. They've got a little girl who's missing. And basically, that to me was saying, I'm not saying anything. Me and Dawn will never say anything about each other. So, yeah, she said, where do you want to go search? I'll go anywhere you want to search and we'll search. That's exactly what she said. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does sound like she's drinking, but, you know, that's sad. That's sad. You know, the thing about it is, like I always say, I don't know if they're innocent or guilty of anything, but I have always wished the best for Candace. Always have wished the best for Candace. Just like with Allie, Cam and Allie. I look at Allie and I'm like, girl, I wish you nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. But sometimes you got to get away from your man. It don't mean you don't love him, right? But sometimes you got to get away from that man and get your shit together for you and your children. And it was heartbreaking to me to see Candace become partially sober. She seemed to be looking better, doing better. And we watched that, right? Go right downhill. And I'll say it 1,000 times. Behavioral panel and Dr. Phil both said something along the lines of, there's something there that Candace isn't remembering. there's someone or something that she's just not bringing it to the forefront of her mind. It could be a person from 6 months ago that, you know, came upon her at a certain place or something like that. People and that I don't blame freaking YouTubers. I really don't. And I'm not gonna sit here and blame Candace because I mean it was all a big clusterfuck of chaos. It was all a big clusterfuck of chaos. And I hope Cam and Allie do get better. I do. I never said anything about how Cam and Allie made money either. But people were quick to judge me when I was questioning some things when it was a Q&A. And you know, that gets me. These creators, they'll be like, we're going to have a Q&A. Every time Remain Calm goes in somewhere and it's a Q&A and I ask a question, why are you asking that? You get out of here. Why did you ask that? It's like it's supposed to be a fucking Q&A. Question and answer. But some creators don't like that. I don't think I don't think that Candace has been threatened to keep quiet. But that's just me. If you want to think that, that's fine. You can believe that if you want. Well, I'm not going to say that it was solvable from the beginning. I just think that people look what happened to the Whittakers. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the same thing. I'm not going to do that. But like I keep saying, you guys, when you go into this case, right? We love you, we love you, darling. Everybody pray for we, send her love. Love you, girl. We are here for you. She just Facebooked me. So, I don't know. But like I've always said this, you guys, if there's something that I can help with that y'all think I may have, any little tidbit of information that might get things straightened out, shoot me a freaking email. Give me an idea of what you're looking for, and I will be glad to help out as much as I can in that way. But don't, Ernie, think you're going to call me fucking stupid and then come up on my panel and ask me to get content for your channel. For your fucking channel. Look your damn self, Ernie. You're supposed to be the know-all. Fucking do it yourself. Fucking weirdo. I don't think local law enforcement dropped the ball. I really don't. I think law enforcement learned very quickly that YouTubers were not their friend. Not their friends at all. For sure. I mean, that's why I don't talk about Summer all the time anymore. I really don't. After all this time, Tiffany Marie didn't care that Ernie disrespected me, Renee. Wee, there she is. Love you, Wee. Yay. There's Wee. Look, I have never sat over here on my channel asking any YouTuber that is in the Summer Wells community to show me shit. Never. Why do I need to? I don't have time to go picking out every little fire that they started around the Summer Wells case. I ain't got time for that shit. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I don't even want to call it played the game. I've never done things the way they have. Never. I mean, these people were fighting more than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know. But don't ever say you left a comment on my channel and that I deleted it. Don't do that, ma'am. Don't fucking do that. No. And you're not gonna make it like what the fuck are you even talking about? That I see your intentions. Really? What are my intentions? What are my fucking intentions, Tiffany? What? What are my intentions? Since you know me so well. I don't know. I don't know. But my intentions, I don't even want to say what your intentions are. I really don't. But you can reflect on your own intentions. Reflect on your own intentions. I have not watched, this is sad, I have not watched anything about Sebastian Rogers in so long. In so long. Could it have been one of the blocked words that stopped the comment from appearing? I don't know what she said. I don't know what the comment even was. She just automatically came in and accused me of deleting a fucking comment that I did not delete. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Hell, she's lucky I even seen that fucking comment. I'm not a comment person. I don't delete comments. I would rather, if somebody's fucking with me in my comments, tell them to fuck off in my comments and leave it at that. I don't know what she's talking about at all. So, I don't know. I'm not into, I mean, if people want to, hey, Flies, Wee's in the house today. I don't think she's seen you, babe. Wee's in here. Well, I don't want to say that I'll never talk about missing children again. I need to get back on track, though. I've been, I've talked about the Whittaker a couple times, and Um, I just never fell into the, if I talk about something and I get good views off of it, that I need to talk about it over and over and over again. I've just never been that way. I talked about Sebastian a couple times, some of the earlier interviews that were done, you know, with Chris and Katie and Seth, and then I just stopped. I didn't watch anymore. With Summer, you know, all of those first interviews and stuff, I worked really hard, you guys. Really hard to transcribe a lot of different conversations only because they were disappearing off of YouTube. They were disappearing. People were losing their channels. They were losing all the content. They, you know, that's what was happening. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not the only one who transcribed things or took notes in Summer's case. There's plenty of other people that did that. Plenty of other people did it too. But don't fucking disrespect me over it, Ernie. I mean, for real. I don't care what Ernie Shell has to say about me. I don't give a fuck. You know, I ain't out here doing dope, fucking wrecking vans, fucking being homeless, not having nowhere to live, you know, acting like I'm a fucking predator hunter. I'm not fucking fake like that. I'm not fucking fake. And I've sat back many times on YouTube, let people say what they wanted about me, let people do whatever they wanted to fucking do, and just sat back and kept my fucking mouth shut. And I picked my fucking battles. And it's not a fucking battle, Tiffany Marie. It's not a fucking battle, Ernie. For sure. But yeah, you don't come around my channel, but I throw Ernie off my panel, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, I left a comment. You never gave a fuck what I said before, Tiffany. Why now? Why now? It's called a little kindness goes a long way. But that's okay. I don't need your kindness. I don't need no loves and hugs from fucking Ernie Shell or Benny Keys. I don't need it. I wish you all the best in whatever you're trying to do. I truly do. I don't mind. Well, I try to put out what law enforcement says, and I try to put out factual information. But look, I do give my opinion over here. I'm a commentary channel. I've never hid that fact. I commentate. I give my opinion. If people don't like it, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Because guess what? When somebody comes into my chat and they have their own opinion, I don't fucking tell them, I hate your opinion. Usually I love the conversation. I don't want people to agree with me. I really don't. I really don't. But no, it doesn't hurt my feelings. My feelers are not hurt by them people at all. So I don't even think I've really had many people in my community that have, I don't know. I don't ask people what communities they're in and shit. I really don't. But no, I don't know what the comment was. I'm not fucking psychic. So what the fuck ever. Whatever. Like I give a shit. Like I am supposed to care. I don't. But don't act like that I have, what the fuck do you say? I forgot. See, I already forgot what you fucking said, Tiffany. What was it? Hang on. Let me find it. I just saw your true intention. Yeah. You didn't see anybody's intentions talking about Summer Wells over here. Not at all. So don't care what you say. Don't care what you do. I've never cared what you've said and done. There was a certain point I didn't watch you anymore. There was a certain point I didn't watch Benny. There was a way early on point that I never watched Ernie. Good luck. I hope you guys are the heroes in the Summer Wells case that you want to be, for sure. But don't ever sit and say that I have any intention of doing what? Doing fucking what? My intention was throwing Ernie's ass off my fucking panel. I don't need that shit. Who fucking needs shit like that? For real. Just because you guys are all hugged up now doesn't mean that I'm going to let him come over here and do his dumb shit. So, whatever. Whatever. I'm a nice person till I'm not anymore. And don't worry, I ain't going to be mean to y'all because I'm not going to talk about you guys. I don't talk about you guys at all. You don't hear me talking about Tiffany Marie all the time, or Benny Keys all the time, or Ernie Shell all the time, or Summer Wells all the time, or Sebastian Rogers all the time. I don't do that. I got plenty of other shit I can talk about. Now, if something y'all do comes to my attention, yeah, I may mention it. I may mention it. But nobody's going to come over to my channel and act like I have underlying things going on in the Summer Wells case. No, I don't. Nothing. Nada, zip, nada, nothing. If I had anything that I thought was relevant, I wouldn't be fucking telling anybody. I wouldn't be using it as content at all. Why would anybody do that? If they really thought that any information was relevant on finding Summer Wells, why the fuck would you come on YouTube or any type of social media platform and say, I know where she's at. I know what happened to her. Right, Ernie? Right, Ernie? Are y'all in it with Ernie that shit's gonna be happening here in a couple weeks? You know how many fucking times I've heard that? And all I keep saying is, well, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Like, what the fuck? But no. No, Tiffany, I didn't remove your stupid ass, whatever it was, comment. So, whatever. And my mods didn't either. If they would have let me know. Okay? They would always let me see a comment before they remove it. And usually people aren't even timed out. I mean, if we have to remove a comment by, the verbiage and the YouTube list, then it shows me, and it will show hide or show. You know how it works. Not over here, DJ. Not over here. I talk about true crime all the time. I don't make a bunch of money over here, you guys. I don't sit and act ask a bunch of people for money. Well, she's saying that she left a comment over here and that I deleted it, which I did not, and that's the truth. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She said, you can delete my comment, that is fine. I just saw your true intentions, and that really sucked, but it is what it is. Whatever. I don't care. I know, I'm fucking lazy too. I don't fucking whatever. Whatever. And people know me. I don't fucking, I mean, I don't care what people say in my fucking comments. It doesn't change my life any. What is it though, Glampress? Something that I know. If you have a question about it, you may. Yes, you may. You may, lady. You may ask a question. Told her to click off comments and she'd probably see it. When you click on comments, it only shows top comments. Oh, do I need to click something? Do I need to click something myself? No, I don't think she was in chat. I think she just left a comment. I don't really know. Like I said, she's only been in my chat a couple times. Timmy from the Watson channel? Is it something new? I mean, I know of the Watson channel, but I don't know if it's something new or not. I can look real quick. Watson channel. Hang on a minute. What happened to him? I don't know if I can find it. Hang on. Is that the name of the, is it the Watson Family Channel? Are you kidding me? He was informed by an employee. He was informed. Is this a YouTube channel? Okay, hold on. Here, I got it. All right, hold on. Whittaker family update. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to say this is alleged. I don't know why a employee would let anybody know anything. This is the Watson Family Podcast. Let me share it. Oh, thank you, Poppy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Glampress, for coming over and letting us know that, because what's happening with the Whittaker family is a lot more important than what I think Tiffany fucking Marie thinks about. For real. I don't care about you all. I don't. I have empathy for some of the things that's going on in Tiffany's life. It's horrible. I know. I just lost somebody because of that. But as far as the other shit, no, I don't fucking care. I don't care what any of y'all have to say. I don't. You know, to get respect from somebody, you got to give a fucking little bit of respect too. And believe me, You have all avoided me like the motherfucking plague. You know you have. You all know you have. And I'm good with that. Because I still got the plague and I don't need your asses around me. I'm quarantining right now. So stay the fuck away. Fucking weirdos. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys, please. Please, I've been on here 3 hours. Can I take like 5 minutes to get up and stretch my legs? Make me a cup of coffee? Ow. And like I say, I don't care who likes me or don't like me. I'm me. I'm not going to change who I am for people. I'm not. It ain't going to happen. So no, it ain't none of my business. I'm fixing me a cup of coffee, guys, while I'm standing up. It ain't none of my business who gets back together and makes money off of a missing child. None of my freaking business. Don't care. People can think I'm a bitch. I don't care. This guy is twisted. No, he is not the Dombey of the Whittakers. Oh. He said rest home. It's called a rest home. I'm not going to stay where they are, but it's an institution. That's what I was afraid of. Sorry I had to pump for the baby. Girl, you keep pumping for that baby. You give that baby that milk. Dombey is a weirdo. Maybe one day, Glampress, I will introduce you to weirdo Dombey. Babe, you keep giving that milk. Give that baby that milk. Heck yeah. Nothing wrong with that, darling. All right. I'm going to comment on this, y'all. It's Glampress's fault. She brought it to my attention. Oh, 9 pounds and 3 ounces. He's 3 weeks old. 3 weeks old. Girl, what kind of milk you feeding that baby? Listen to him and his man. Okay, Lord help me. Jesus, take the wheel on this one, okay? Okay, Jesus. I'll try to be good. Oh, you guys did it. I didn't do it. You did it. You did it. It's your fault. All right, here we go. Oh, are you ready? Anyone areas know where you go and when you are. Yeah, okay. I get you, CJ. For real. Dang it. Hold on a second. I just want to just scream right now. All right. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not believing what this guy's saying already. Girl, wait. All right. Let's stop the conversation about what? I was going to review him on. The toddy or toddle lady having a heated situation. Girl, here I go, Lady K. I know I'm not sharing flies. Give me a freaking second. Lord Jesus. For real. For real, girl. Hey, I haven't turned it on yet, Poppy. You guys, shame on you. I know you can hear me. Hold on. Jeez, you guys are just horrible. You guys are so mean to me. You guys are mean. And then y'all wonder why I act the way I act. You guys do it. It's all your fault. It's all Poppy and Fly's fault. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. All right, like I said, I don't need somebody going, you're roasting this guy, remain calm, because that's usually what happens when I hear somebody saying silly shit. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go, little Deb. Hold on.
Hello, YouTube family. This video is going to be very, very upsetting. One of the employees that works at the facility where Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray are being housed has reached out to me and told me in an email, left me her phone number. I did give the woman a call. The story is supposed to break tomorrow, from what I understand.
Oh, well, we'll see
And
if it
as
breaks
soon as it
tomorrow.
breaks, once I can get access to it, I'll copy and paste the news break tomorrow.
News.
But
on the news.
Disturbing news is that Timmy is being abused at the facility.
The breaking news is whoever your little girlfriend is that sent you this information, if she really works at that facility, she getting fired. She's getting fired. Oh, Lord. We have another what if. What now? I have to say, I don't incite violence over here. Do not go show this man any hate. Don't be hating on him, okay? Don't. I mean, look at his eyes. He looks like he's a little bit tired. Yeah, you're right. Are him and Don't be related, Miss Chronic? I don't know.
This ain't for clicks.
Everybody getting fired.
It's very upset. If you want to leave comments in the comment section, please don't leave anything negative. Don't sit and say he's making this up. I am not making it up.
Now, Tiffany, if you go leave a negative comment over there, he might delete it. Okay, not remain calm. I'm just saying.
I will promise you on everything in me. I promise you on my son's life. I did receive this information. It's very, very upsetting. But the word I got is that Timmy is being abused at the rest home, and an investigation was started, and it's supposed to be breaking tomorrow. So stay tuned, and I'll give you the updates once I get them.
It's okay. I don't care if he's on disability. Okay. I think that Remain Calm's going to say this. Did he probably receive an email, something like that? Probably. Okay. But can he factually put this out as factual information? No. Just because somebody that you don't know sends you an email and tells you something does not mean it's factual. So, how is he even repeating this? Okay. Yes, HIPAA is a real thing. And he's acting like it is going to be breaking news tomorrow. Breaking news tomorrow. And let me tell y'all something. if they took Timmy somewhere where he is getting abused, I'm going to be really surprised if that comes out on the news tomorrow. Okay? That is something I wouldn't think that the state would want to get out there, especially about a Whittaker that they just took in. I'm just saying.
So just leave a comment in the section and let me know how you feel about it. And I will be giving you an update as soon as possible. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.
Is that it? That was it? You got me all excited for what? Lord, Jesus, take the wheel. Just today. It was today. Yes, please, if you've already given money, please get a hold of the detective. Please just rewind my live. The number is there, and you'll be able to contact the detective. Please have your receipts ready. And if you're going to help the Whittakers, that is a way that you can help them. I don't know how anybody else feels. They were definitely taken advantage of. Yeah, why contact him? Right, crazy chicken lady? Right on, lady. How's your chickens? How's them chickens, girl? For sure. He took up money for the Whittakers also. Wow. My son was nonverbal for 15 years and had just found his voice till the doctors took it away. Just because that's all they knew to do is drug him up. This is the thing with Timmy. Timmy's a lovable guy. And who do you think Timmy slept close to every night? His mama, right? Oh my gosh, Glamperous. Yeah, that's for sure. I see Netflix coming. Yeah, the more you know. You're right, Lady K, for real. For real. Yep, his mommy. His mommy. Well, like I said, it was like, Patrick lived around there. So they had come to trust that situation a little bit. But at the time, I don't think Patrick was talking about their land. If you guys listened when he made the GoFundMe, what he talked about was the money's there if you need a refrigerator, a washer and dryer, if you need this, if you need that. So I don't know. All I know is these were a group of people who always had each other, and they loved each other unconditionally. Unconditionally. You know how hard it is to find unconditional love? For sure. I'm not going to sit here and I am not going to be one of them people who's going to sit here and say that BJ caused all of this, especially when it was really weird that Eric had been talking to BJ on the phone. If Eric was talking to BJ on the phone, why did he come there and say who's in that trailer. Well, he's got Whittaker in him, that's for sure. Let me say this. I know, some people are like, well, Eric didn't know when Adult Protective Services was going out there. Eric acted like him and Adult Protective Services were best freaking friends. Okay? Adult Protective Services watched all of his content, and they knew he was a good guy. By watching his content, they knew he was a good guy. They actually drove to the Whittakers, so in front of him, people that did not know him from fucking Adam could sit and look at the Whittakers and say, oh, this guy, thumbs up, right? People don't look at that. People just don't look at it. And when we all do something, how many of you guys have started to do something and you just dive into it, not really realizing what's going to come along with it, and then you're like, what? Why the fuck did I do that? Why did I jump into that head first? That's not what I want to be doing. It wasn't my intention to go this way or take it that way. I think everybody's done that. We've all made split decisions that after the fact, we're like, why did we do that? But I think, in my opinion, they believed that he was going to build him a house. I truly do. And BJ probably thought, well, when I called Mark and asked for money, Mark would send it to me. A lot of time with BJ, Mark was giving her his money. That happened a lot too. Oh, girl, let me tell you, I wouldn't even want to get into the nursing homes and what I've seen. That's one thing I've really never got into a conversation about. For sure. For sure. It's sad. But I get kind of aggravated when you hear they just left Timmy on a porch his whole life. They didn't leave Timmy sitting on that porch his whole life. All he did was colored. All he did was do that. Very quickly, they spent $100,000, Poppy. Very quickly. That is the scariest part of getting old, Lady K. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this is the thing. Not, there's not bad apples everywhere. There's not bad apples everywhere. For sure. I mean, the whole situation's sad to me. My question is, why did Mark feel like he had a right to make all these decisions for that family? He came in like he had known him his whole life. I fell in love with him. I'm sure he did. They are a lovable. I mean, what we see of them, they are down to earth. They were just living their life in an area where I would love to live. I would love to live there. No, Mark is the one who's known him all those years. Mark knew him all those years. Well, Mark's in a little bit of trouble, and I'll tell you why. Well, I don't think he's in trouble, but he actually showed a 13-year-old that said she had run away and was doing children of the night type of work. And she ended up missing for a while, and they finally found her, and she was 13 freaking years old. The whole situation is crazy. Go watch. I'll tell you exactly who to go watch. Go watch BJ Investigates. She's been following Mark for a long time, and she will definitely let you know what the scoop is on that. Okay. Yeah, BJ Investigates. That's her name, BJ Investigates. I know, Constance Sue. I know. I'll drop the link if anybody wants to come up for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to get ready to. That's is that BJ, that surprise witness? No, I think that's somebody else, isn't it? Isn't that surprise witness somebody else, or is that BJ? It might be. I'm not, my mind is kind of right now. I've been on here again over 3 hours that I said I wouldn't do. Yeah, she does have 2 channels. For sure. For sure. And let's see, tomorrow I've got I've got like 4 different cases that I want to talk about. Maybe 3. I've got 4 lined up. It doesn't have anything to do with the Whittakers or Summer Wells. My caseload is, popping up here. Comparison video will opens people's eyes to what Eric went to. What do you mean? What do you mean the comparison video? Do you have a comparison video on your channel, Flies? Oh, I know are you talking about? Like I noticed that some of what Eric was saying on his lives. Okay, let me get over there. What Eric was saying on his lives, he actually, that's when I was talking about plagiarism, right? Everybody's jumping on and talking about the Timmy thing now. Oh, wait, that's me. Wait, Flies. I was pulling up my own shit. Okay, hold on. Flies on the coastlaw, flies on the coastlaw. All right. Dad Talk versus Whittaker Family YouTube. All right, let me get you up here, girl. This is Flies on the Coastlaw. You guys go check her channel out. I am sharing her link because I don't want her to copyright strike me because she's like that. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you're talking the money. Have you guys not compared some of the things he said in his lives to what Mark has said when he's talked about him? For real. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. All right, here we go. Dad Talk Today, YouTube burnings, and remove videos. Yeah, remove videos. Okay. Damn, he got 1.8 thousand in the last 30 days. He got a lot of subs, doesn't he? 163 to 2.6 thousand. Wow. This dude's making bank. Making bank. Blythe, throw your link in there. Jackie wants your link. Dang. Well, this is woman talk over here. I mean, dude, if he's doing good on his platform, more power to him. But I think that yeah. Dang, man. I don't even want to pull mine up. Mine is so low. Mine is so freaking low compared to this. Wow. 14 million views in 30 days off the Whittaker. Wow. That is a lot. That is a lot. Jackie's already subbed. You're so sweet, Jackie. You are the sweetest girl. That's crazy. You know, the thing about it is, once you get the fever because, you know, a creator, of course, what they want to do, if you're talking about something and it's what people want to hear and people talk about it and they're enjoying your content or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good feeling to know that you're actually, you know, talking about things that people are interested in and things like that. But, you know, some people get the fever there. And, you know, it is a good thing if you definitely, you know, it feels good to know that people are watching what you put out or whatever. It is a good feeling. I'm not going to say it isn't. But some of them get this fucking fever that once you hit a peak, it's hard to keep that content up. It's hard to keep it up. Some people feel like they need to, you know, keep climbing and climbing and climbing. Now, I am a lazy, low budget bitch over here. I talk about things that may only get 100 people watching them. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I am. I'm okay with that. You know, if I talk about something that people enjoy and I do get a lot of people watching it, I'm super proud of myself for that. You know, that people want to hang out and have conversation and things like that. Of course, I'm super proud of myself for that. But, you know, sometimes social media, when you're a creator, can become just as addicting as substances, for real. And I think that's what happened with Eric. And I think he got this complex because everybody was patting him on the back. Everybody was telling him how great he was. Right? So, and that happens. That happens all the time. Maybe he should have stayed humble. I mean, it seems like him and Patrick didn't stay humble. You know what I mean? For sure. That's the most attention old Patrick ever had. Well, I think Eric was getting attention too, but I think he knew that there was something better, better out in the holler. You know, holler for $1. I don't. The thing over here, I don't mind people hanging out in my chat or whatever, because the majority of the time everybody's chilled out. We're just conversing with each other. Everybody's got their own opinions and theories about what's going on. And, you know, I just feel like over here, we all learn things from each other. You know, we learn things from each other. And then we have a little fun over here too, for sure. For sure, for sure. So I've always tried to pay attention to my chat because I want everybody to know that I notice them, and I notice them in here, and I do try to converse with everybody, you know, because you guys are the reason I have a freaking channel. So, but I am going to get my ass off here because actually, whether you think so or not, my throat's kind of messed up. So I'm sure there's still some channels where you can go where they're making fun of my voice, okay? So, and I'm good with it. I could care less. Now, I don't know what Ernie said about me. He had a live. He had a Remain Calm live. Kind of reminded me, who else did that? Oh, yeah, some other fucking idiot put my name in and decided they was going to use me for content. Make my life exciting, okay? If you're going to use me as content, give me an exciting life. Say I live in Hawaii, okay? Say that I surfboard, that I'm a surfer. I'm a surfer chick, okay? I get on my surfboard. I go out there in the ocean. Sharks don't scare me because I'm remain calm. You just got to remain calm around them sharks. That's all you got to do. For real. Oh, well, I'll pull you out of the rabbit hole there, Flies. Flies has some stuff. Honey Baby's got stuff on the Whittakers. And I can't tell people that if they get this email from an anonymous person, or somebody gets an email and they're telling you that Joe Blow's out there and, you know, he done run over the neighbor's dog and this and that, and, you know, law enforcement was going to come and get him tomorrow. You know, I'll let you know when law enforcement comes and gets him tomorrow, because the person in the email told me law enforcement was going to come and get him tomorrow, even though he ran over that dog today. How dare he? Right? I'm not going to come out here and use my platform to say, oh my gosh, somebody ran over the dog, but it's okay. Law enforcement is going to come and get him tomorrow. That's just not my cup of tea. I've had many people never talk to strangers, learn you're a stranger. Well, okay, May. Thank you for that, May. The quote of the day, I guess. Yeah, you got to verify it before you put it out. Or if you do put it out, you need to keep stating over and over, this is hearsay. This is hearsay. This is hearsay. And let me tell you something. If someone is just emailing a flipping YouTuber, and I mean, this guy doesn't care. You know, he'll come back tomorrow and say, well, yeah, it was bad information. You know, you guys know how it goes. You know how they are. Well, I spoke too soon. I reckon I spoke too soon. But no, I definitely want to say I'm praying for the Whittaker family. I hope they are doing well. But you know what? There ain't nobody going to stand in front of me and talk about how much they love that family and how much they love Timmy, and that they were going to get him and Patrick were going to share custody of Timmy or guardianship or whatever. Him and Patrick were going to share that. They can't even get along about the freaking money, and they hadn't even got custody yet. You know, no. And then to not be there when they come and took him from the only places he knew is really messed up in my eyes. And let me tell you something. I don't care if the guy knew when they were coming or not. When did he go home? When did Eric say he went home? It was after they came and got Timmy. Wasn't it? Am I wrong on that? Am I wrong on that? And what was he going to the airport for? He was going home to Georgia, but then he slipped up and said, I'm going to the airport. I thought the car he was driving was his wife's because his was in the shop or some shit. It is very sad. Thank you, Lady K. Thank you, Flies. That says a lot to me. That right there should say a lot. So he was going, no, he had already took that guy home, I thought. I thought he already took him back to the airport. I could be wrong. You know, this guy, he had people flying in and out and all kinds of stuff. So, craziness. The only people that got hurt out of this are Betty, Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy. That's it. Do I think that it needed to happen? I think some things needed to happen, and I think that it could have been done in a totally different way. The Whittakers do not need narcissists, you guys. They don't need somebody to be their hero. I'm just saying. For real. And it's sad. It is sad. I never listened to any one of these creators. Someone informed me about Patrick. Oh, thank you, CJ. No, honey, I'm not above anybody else. I am not. I am not better than anybody else. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I mean, if you ask a couple people, they'll tell you I'm dumb as a box of rocks. What is it, Ernie? Short, toy short in a Happy Meal box. Something your friend Candace said. I believe she was talking about Jody Sue, right? What'd that have to do with summer? What did you, Ernie, you just nasty, man. You're just nasty. But I'm not going to sit over here and freaking call everybody names and shit. I'm not into that. But don't ever say how I feel. Don't ever act like you know about my life. Don't ever act like you know what my intentions are for anything. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Because personally, I don't care what all you guys' intentions are. I seen your intentions 4 years ago. I seen all your intentions 4 years ago. And I don't need to see them again. But thank you very much for, after me having my channel for over 2 years, way over 2 years, you want to come in like what you have to say to me. Fucking what? 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 No, don't tell me what. I don't. No. Y'all just stay wherever you're at. For real. Especially for the next couple weeks. Because y'all done gave me a headache. And I ain't even watched you. I'm just a bitch. I'm just a bitch. They, having somebody come in that would have helped them clean the place up would have been a big plus. I'm sure Betty did have her hands full. I mean, Lorraine couldn't help much because of all the strokes and stuff like that. Betty did have a sister named Barbara. I don't think that this family minded talking about their personal lives at all. But I do agree that I think that things were asked and were answered in a way that that was trying to pacify Eric. I mean, come on, you guys. If that dude was helping me in any way and helping me get a house, and he walked up on my porch and said, "You're not doing what I want you to do. I'm not going to build you the house," I'd say, "There's the fucking steps, motherfucker. Go get in your car and get the fuck away from me." That's what I'd have said. The more, I don't even think that Betty even realized what he kept telling her she was doing wrong. I just feel like it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered what the Whittakers did. It was never going to be Patrick's dream or Eric's dream. Eric's dream. Right? Yeah, me too. Me too. Hey, and if things are okay, right? If things are okay, then that's a blessing. That is a blessing if they can go through all of the receipts and everything, and that'd be a blessing. That for sure will be a blessing. And I think Eric knew exactly what receipts he could keep to take off of his taxes. Okay, you guys? I know people thought he was using these receipts, but no, this dude runs a business. And when you're running a business and you're traveling and you're getting donations or gifts, because remember, if you get a Cash App and they put gift on it, you don't have to pay taxes on that. That's a gift. Okay? I'm just letting you guys know who, give Cash Apps and stuff. If you put gift on it, you don't pay taxes on that, for sure. You're not supposed to anyway, because it's a gift. So, but I knew what he was doing when he was keeping receipts for $1 something, right? For real. Oh, I wish I had a rich imaginary friend. I would love them. They would be my best friend, for sure. I don't know who the imaginary guy is. Do I need to make one up? What do you guys want to call the imaginary guy? How about Philip? No, let's find a better one. How about not a name that you've heard on YouTube. How about Barry? Have you guys ever watched the movie where the guy, it's called Split? It's a movie called Split. And the guy's got like 12 personalities. And this actor, I wish I could remember his name, he played each character for each different personality. I mean, it was fucking just mind-blowing. It was so cool. His name was Barry, and Miss Patricia. What was the youngest one? I don't remember. Ian. That's a good one, maybe. Oh, well, that's sweet, May, but you got more friends than me, May. You are just silly. You are silly, lady. Fred, George, Cha-Cha. How do you name a guy Cha-Cha? Curly are my imaginary friends. Then they have imaginary friends come over. It's always full here. That's a good one, right? Yes, let me tell you guys something. Just because people are from the mountains, live in a holler, may not be at the same economic standards as everybody else, may not live the way some of us live, doesn't mean that they're ignorant people. They're not ignorant. They're not backwards folk, or anything like that. Let me tell you guys something. My brother-in-law had a uncle named JR. And he played the guitar left-handed. But he couldn't afford a left-handed guitar. So you know what he did? He turned it upside down. That guy could play the guitar like freaking anything. And he was disabled. But it didn't make him a bad guy. It didn't make him ignorant. And some people have disabilities due to, all kinds of different things. Just because somebody, has a disability in those regions doesn't mean that they're all incestual. I mean, come on. But no, anybody could ask Steve Whittakers, how do you feel about being called what you're called? Well, we don't like it. Of course they don't like it. Who would like it? Who would like it? So, I don't know. I'm getting my ass off here. You guys go do you. Have fun. Go watch who you want. I don't care who you go watch. I want to thank you guys for coming in from every different community. Sorry, Mama T and Sarah and Kels. Mama T was like, I ain't fighting with them. I was like, oh no, I put the bad mojo out on them. You guys better not be fighting. I'll come and get you three. For real. I'll come and get you. But if you're going after Ernie, you go, girl. You go. That's right. I'll back up anybody who goes after Ernie right now. Only because he pissed me off. I don't need nobody coming to defend him. I mean, it's like, who the fuck goes around trying to defend Ernie Shell? Who does that? I know his Tiggers do, but I'm good with the Tiggers. I ain't got nothing wrong with the Tiggers. I didn't do shit to Ernie. He ain't gonna blame me for his problems. You ain't blaming me for your problems, Ernie. It's your own fault. For sure. But thank you, everybody. I'm getting my ass off here. I've got to do quite a bit, but we're going to have we definitely are going to have fun on Friday. May, we need to get you a membership. Flies don't even have a membership. My mods who don't have a membership, I will make sure you guys get a link. How about that? Because that's the way I am. I'll make sure you guys get a link for Friday night. So, all right. Adore you guys. Peace. It's weird that Mr. A gets the memberships. Jackie's gifted memberships. But two of my mods have never got a free membership. I'm going to look. No, you're fine, Flies. You guys are fine. I'm going to look. I'm going to make sure you got a link too. I'm going to look because I think there's a way that I can gift a couple memberships myself. I thought there was. I'd be looking. I'll find it. I will find it. Thank you, Poppy. Hey, H. All right. Peace out. Gotta go. Justin, you didn't drop your link again, dude. You're a mod, Justin. You can drop your own link, okay? All right. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Please pray for the Whittaker family and everybody who needs it. And we adore you, girl. We want nothing but good health for you, for real. And we're here. We are here. I am gonna promise I'm gonna start checking my Facebook more than what I do too. So, all right. Peace out, you guys. I will catch you later. Have a good one. Peace, love, blessings, and prayers for all. You met a man who said his ABCs backwards? That's talent, Carla. That is. Did you marry him? Did you marry him, Carla? I'm just kidding. All right, I gotta go. Bye, you guys. See you later.